The following is a PodBeard production.
Heavy the laxative!
Father, what is this?
I do not know.
My blood moon is rising once again.
In a world where two ordinary gamers team up to fight the forces of boredom, this is their podcast, and this is their story.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hodder.
And I'm Kaz.
And you're listening to Two Guys and a Game! The comeback edition. Well, not really comeback, more like a slight week off and then back, and now we're like coming in the back door because it's unlocked, and we're recording a podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Oh, I know where you're going with that, TJ, but we're just gonna run with it, and it's gonna be good.
If you're trying to get me to go off on a tangent, you have failed.
You have failed, sir. Tangents are not allowed anymore. God damn it! So we hope you guys are doing awesome. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's episode. We hope that you guys had a great couple of weeks and a great Halloween, which was on Wednesday. Hopefully you guys had it happy and safe, and you got some candy if you so partake in the candy, and hopefully you had some cool costumes and dressing up and so forth. My costume sucked. I didn't pull off my costume as well as I thought I was going to.
What was your costume?
I was the Grim Reaper.
Ooh.
But I was like a modern Grim Reaper. I was like a little more, so I had like some shit hanging from me and stuff. And it looked good when I was with Sam because she was the angel of life and I was the angel of death technically. So like, it looked good together, but like as a whole, it was like.
As a whole, I kind of looked like a whole.
Pretty much. Did you dress up for Halloween?
No, but I have a Morty costume I can just throw on. It's literally just a yellow shirt and these jeans and these shoes and. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, Rick. I'm going to be Morty for Halloween. We were literally like, we're looking for costumes and we're standing in the store and they had the Rick costume. It was like $20.
And Sam was like, no.
Babe, I could buy this one. She's like, nah. I'm like,
you
could be
Morty.
Morty.
You should have bought it, and then I could have been Morty, and then you would have just been heavy set Rick, and I would have just been Morty. I would have just been your Morty, and you'd have been like, yeah, that's not true. You ate the other Mortys. Fuck you, Morty. I'm gonna eat you later tonight, you little shit.
You little chicken shit. Go get me some candy.
Go get me a fucking burger. I haven't had a burger in this hand in over an hour, and your job's to make sure I have one every half hour. Oh, fuck you. Just
pretty much. Oh man, but it's interesting because we've had an interesting, like, quite a fucking month, I guess, with Kaztober, and the fact that our year anniversary kind of snuck up on us.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, oh, it's this day, okay. Oh, it's this day. Oh, it's this day, and then I was like, oh shit, it's tomorrow.
Oh shit, it's tomorrow. Kaz, our anniversary's today. You said it was tomorrow. That was yesterday.
Now it's today. So we, of course, want to thank everybody for all the support on these past 46 episodes of the show. And we hope that you guys enjoyed our little kind of impromptu clip show with the behind-the-scenes bonus content and stuff. A couple people mentioned me and they were like, dude, that was like the funniest shit you guys have ever done. And I'm like, really?
So you like the tangents.
So what you're saying is...
You want us to bring tangents back.
And you don't want us to talk about gaming at all on a gaming podcast.
No. That's not what we're saying. Too late. It's already
too late. It's over.
Tangent. Oh, fuck. Here we go. He's been
It's over again. The Tangent King is back, motherfucker. No, he's dead. He evolved. He evolved from that. But I thought it'd be kind of cool as far as kind of a little... I mean, it's not really a celebration anymore, I guess, technically, because it was last week. But we did just celebrate another huge milestone in Two Guys in the Game history this past weekend. Of course, with the birth of Kazdo Jones.
He was born?
Yeah, he was born a year ago.
Oh, really?
But also, you were born 24 years ago.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes. So how do you feel? Do you feel older?
No.
Well, that sucks.
I don't know. I think there's just this gray area, and I feel like other people will agree with me, including yourself, that once you get 23, it's just like, and it's all downhill from there. So.
Well, and what I more said the other day was like, I found that once I hit like 22 to like 24, 25, it was like, I was just like, I
find like, well, the thing for me, I think the realization for me in this case would be the fact is this had me. Like
Yeah.
this is the year where I would have been born in my parents' age, like at 24.
Yeah.
This would have been me just being born, literally. So I think that's kind of a realization for me. Is just like, wow, like this was my parents at this age, and they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. So, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I'm just kind of.
And they had a kid. So I was
but
like, well,
you know
fuck.
what? They adulted up, and that's kind of what I've done a little bit to a point. I've adulted as much as I can, and yeah. So I think it's just kind of like, yeah, whatever. 24, whatever. It was a really good TV show. The first season was good. Then the concept kind of went downhill after the next.
Kind of went
7
downhill
seasons.
from there. It was like,
So it's kind of like me going downhill from here. Your first season's good, and then after that, it's just like 24 season 2, huh?
no, but like once you hit the big 2.5, it's all solid from there. It's all solid from there. You just got to get through those early 20s are a bitch.
That's what they say about everything. Oh yeah, your teen years are a bitch. Your early 20s are a bitch. Hitting 50 is a bitch.
Dying is a bitch. It's like, what?
100's a
Trying to beat
bitch.
the water temple is a bitch.
Unless, of course, you know it like the back of your hand, like me, and can complete it in under 30 minutes. That's right.
Or Ice Cavern is a bitch.
Ice Cavern's not a bitch.
No, I never liked Ice Cavern. I don't know.
I love it. It's so tranquil and
It's-
peaceful, and I love how you can just go and get the iron boots, and then she
Yeah,
drops down out
that's
of nowhere,
true.
and she's like, I am stalking you everywhere. Ha ha ha. I'm actually Zelda.
I'm
Oops,
actually
I shouldn't
totally.
have said that out loud. Now you know. And then she teaches you a new song.
Yo,
That's like,
spoiler alert. Why didn't you tell anyone you were gonna
spoiler
spoil
alert.
it?
25
Oh my
years.
God.
Spoiler alert.
25 years
20
ago,
years,
bruh.
not 25. 20.
I don't know. I don't fucking know anymore.
Well, Ocarina of Time came out 20 years ago. This year. Where's our anniversary definitive edition Nintendo for the Switch, huh? Huh? Where is it?
Yeah, where the fuck? Actually, where the fuck is that?
What the fuck, bro?
I figured they. Yeah, you're
What's
right.
your damage, Nintendo? Where's our freaking Ocarina of Time?
What's your damage?
remake?
You guys
Huh?
are so OP, bro.
This is not PC. This is not PC, bro.
Oh God. But on the
PC
note,
Kaz, can you imagine?
PC Cazador.
Whoa. I'm offended by that. Just come out, just like, oh, got the sunglasses on. Have the look.
PC children, PC babies.
Yes.
That was so funny.
That was so
but
funny.
I wanted to at least touch on the birthday thing and that because it was a big deal and the
Yeah.
anniversary and everything.
You
And
bet.
I wanted to let everyone know because we haven't talked about you on the show, but a few weeks ago we received a wonderful little gift from our good friend Mr. Jason Reese from Jaybird Digital Arts. He sent us some stickers, and you guys may or not have seen me post them. And I don't think we really touched on it, but if you guys would like some stickers, let me know. Send me an address, and I will send you some stickers. No
Yep.
charge or anything. I'll just send you some stickers because
For the price
I'm
of
cool like that.
$19.95 and 15 separate payments.
unless your postage is going to be like $20 for some reason, then I'm not going to send you stickers. But I'll.
Yeah, unless you
I'll send
live
you
in
stickers.
Mexico, there's like a wall being built now, and it's really
So we
hard to get
can't-
mail
we can't
across
help you.
there.
I'm sorry,
So
we
we're
can't
really
do it.
sorry. It's nothing against you personally, Mexicans. Not this time, but
Not this time.
Um,
we know Kaz has a checkered history with Mexicans, but
hot button issues.
hot button issues. So what'd you get for your birthday?
Not really anything. I was alone on my birthday because all my friends were busy doing other shit.
Yeah.
And then, someone who loves me decided to throw me a surprise party. And my best friend tricked me into going to the surprise party. And, so
Pulled a fast one on.
it was a really great surprise party, too, because it was the right amount of surprise party for me. It wasn't like 17 people going like, surprise, we're embarrassing you. Oh, my God, happy birthday. It was just like, hey, buddy. Happy
Hey, buddy. Happy birthday, buddy.
Like, oh,
Here's some
how are you? Happy
nachos.
birthday. Yeah. So I tricked you. Oh, I'm TJ.
Is that how I sound?
No.
Oh, I tricked you.
I just don't know how to do your voice because our voices are pretty. You can't nobody can imitate my voice and nobody can imitate your voice. So
No one can imitate my voice. What? Seriously?
you can't imitate me.
You can't imitate me.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't do it.
You can't do it.
You're not even doing it right now.
I'm
You
not
just
even
sound
doing it
like
right now.
you.
You just sound like me.
No,
I can't. I can do your mannerisms, but I just can't do your voice.
those
What?
are so
What?
those are so his mannerisms.
Those are so. Those are so his mannerisms.
Those are so his mannerisms.
Well, I know you got one cool thing for your birthday that we should quickly
Yeah, the love of
touch
my
on.
friends. I just told you.
Okay, that's good.
That's all I needed.
That's what this podcast is about today, folks. Love. Fuck gaming. It's about love. And
What about love? What about all the times you said you'd get me something for my birthday, but you didn't? No, I'm just joking.
Yeah. No, I'm actually the worst friend ever.
No,
I got
that's
you a podcast. That's what I got you.
Got you a podcast.
I got you a podcast. No, but the prince that is king,
Yes.
our good friend Nathaniel, he did get you something kind of cool.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
yes.
he did.
That lovable goofball who goes out of his way to try and one-up me every time. God damn it, Nathaniel. I'm going to get you the best Christmas present ever. You're not even going to know what hit you because it's going to be so big. It's going to hit you so hard. You're going to get crushed by this present. And then I can just see him go, well, what is it, a car? God damn it, Nathaniel. You ruined the
No,
surprise.
it's TJ and a thong. I'm going to throw him at you.
So Nathaniel went out of his way because he asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and then he clued in, like, this was like a week or two ago, and he goes, yeah, what do you want for your birthday? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. Like, you don't have to get me anything. Like, seriously. I'm like, I don't care about that stuff anymore. I don't care about the material objects. Nintendo, give me free stuff.
He's moved on. He's
Nintendo,
woke.
give me free stuff. So
Nintendo, sponsor us.
so then I just kind of, I'm like, he goes, well, do you still collect pop vinyls? And I'm like, well, I have them. I don't like buy them as much as I used to because I ended up spending like close to $1,000 on them. So all the ones that I have, and once I did the math on that, I was just like, okay, I'm maybe exaggerating. Maybe it wasn't 1,000.
Yeah, I'm sure
maybe
it wasn't
about
actually,
$500 on like.
That's still too much money to spend on
Shut
collectibles.
the fuck
I think.
up,
But
TJ.
that's
Nobody
just me.
asked. You know, I'm just joking.
They call me the Goodwill Gamer, folks.
Yeah, you run away from freaking, what was it? Your meme you posted?
Run
the other day?
away when I say go.
Anyways, so yeah, he bought me.
That's Tail Villain.
So he goes, okay, well, I think like I know what I'm gonna get you. Then I'm gonna get you some pop vinyls. Like he didn't say that out like blatantly, but
He didn't literally look at
clued
you
in.
and say
Like I
that,
figured,
yeah.
okay, he's gonna. So he asked me to send him a picture of my collection. So I sent him the picture, and he goes, holy crap. He goes, you got a lot of them. Okay, I didn't realize you had that much. And then yesterday or the day before, whenever, I can't even remember. Whenever this podcast is coming out, it was like a couple days ago.
It'll be out Friday, so it'll be out in a couple days. So
Whatever. So this past Monday, I guess, he was just like, here, he brings me my present while I'm working. And he works at the same place as me, so it's not like he
yeah,
shows up to
yeah.
work and it's weird or anything. But
he walks in the back. It's like,
present. What are you doing here? Go get out of here.
you don't work here.
You
What
don't.
do you-
What are you
You
doing?
can't just
here?
come behind.
Go
You can't just
home.
come into the
Go
office.
to your home now. No, I'm just joking.
He was there
So-
like all fucking night Monday. I was so mad at him because I was leaving and he was still there, and I was like, "No."
I know, but
go
they're all
home."
the same though. I made the
like,
joke.
go the
I made the
fuck
joke.
home.
There's the group of us who can't wait to go home and just get out of there and
then come back later.
And then no. So there's them who come back later. There's them who come back on their day off because they have nothing better to do. And they just sit around because that's their family and that's their home and that's all they know. And it's sad, but you know what? At the end of the day, that's what we all have. It's just a family there, right?
Yeah.
Except for TJ, who's just like, fuck this place. I don't care. I'm going home. No, I'm just joking.
It's like I equate it to.
And then you've got I'm gonna use mock names. So these people, I'm not saying their real names, but I'm gonna use their last names, not their first names. I'll just use their last name because their last names actually kind of treasure. So you've got your Jacksons and you've got your Johnsons. And no, that is not a sexual innuendo. And so your Johnsons are the ones who keep coming back to work on their days off, regardless of what's going on, even if they're on vacation. And then you've got your Jacksons who are like, okay, I'm going to get out of here. Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna get out of
Gotta
here
go
on
home.
time tonight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I'm not coming back. So I'm in the Jackson group. You're in the Jackson group. Some other people I won't name either. I know. I could literally group them. Those are the two groups that you need. That's it. So if you can think of anyone, you know. But that's where the Prince Who's King falls in. He falls in as a Johnson. a giant Johnson. He falls in as a giant Johnson.
I'm sorry. Oh my god. He falls in as a Johnson.
I'm sorry he did. Anyways,
I
back
agree
to the
with you,
topic
but
because you threw it into a tangent there for some reason. I don't know why.
I was actually trying to go into something else. Like,
No, you were like, oh my god, I was so mad at Nathaniel for being there. You threw it into it anyway. So yeah, so he bought me some pop vinyls. He surprised me with these, but these pop vinyls were like awesome. Like I didn't,
Yeah, they're really
couldn't
cool pop
believe where
vinyls.
he got them because I was just thinking, oh, he's probably just gonna get me some cool ones I already know about. I didn't know about these ones. Like these ones were all pretty cool.
It was
So-
the Western.
So
Rick
he
and
got
Morty.
me Western Rick and Western Morty, which is like literally from an episode of Rick and Morty where I think it's the first time they go to the Citadel of Ricks, and they meet the Council of Ricks, but they walk in and Morty's like, oh, hey, look, it's a cowboy me. And Rick's like, stay close, Morty, and blah, 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 and don't touch anything. And everyone hears like a leech, but they just make reference to it in that episode, and that's it. But I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Hey, look, it's a cowboy me. And Yeah, so I got that one, and then I got Pickle Rick with a laser, which is hilarious.
It's dope.
And which one that I could not find? It was part of one of the part of the second series of that they
the
released.
ones they did.
Was Squanchy. But
Hey,
this
man,
one,
it's okay if I squanch in here?
this
Squanch
one
away,
is a special
amigo.
edition one, which I'm even all for. Like I'm all for the special edition ones, like the different. The special variants. Sorry, I shouldn't say special edition. Special variants because they're all special edition. And this one is called Squanchy with a rope, and he's holding a rope, and I think that's hilarious.
It's so fucking funny. Like it's just special edition with rope.
Yeah, so that was like,
Hey, man,
I
I'm
was so
squanching
happy
here.
about that. So I posted a picture of my updated collection on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on there, it's just at my last name ZWOJNICZ. That's right, Z Voynich, as I would say it.
Z Voynich.
And you can follow me there. I don't really post a lot, but
When he does, it's usually something pretty good.
I try and post like gaming stuff on there.
Well, you're at it. You could also follow Two Guys in a Game podcast.
Nah, don't do that.
Don't do that when you suck.
Our podcast is coming to an end anyways. We're canceling it after episode 50. So it's over. Sorry, guys. Hate to break
Apparently,
the
we're
news.
canceling our podcast.
Yeah, it's all over GameSpot and Game Informer right now. And IGN just gave us an 8 out of 10, saying our podcast was too much tangents. Too many tangents,
but still good.
but still terrible.
But still really shitty, but it's an 8 out of 10 anyway.
8 out of 10, too much water. Okay.
Too much water. Oh, God. But before, that's cool, though, but the whole pop vial thing, that's cool. That's
What are we talking about?
You were talking about the pop vials and everything, and I think it's cute. But I wanted to, before we jump into kind of our main, meat and potatoes, as to the fact that this is a gaming podcast at some point. Sometimes we talk about gaming, sometimes we don't. This is what it is. But to be serious as fuck for a minute, because this is something that's really important. Something really cool is happening this weekend, and you guys definitely should be aware of it. It is happening tomorrow. And it is our boy, Mr. DarkRunner, a.k.a. Gert, a.k.a. Garrett. He's been on the show before.
Bark Runner.
Bark Runner.
He runs up the trees. He's the Bark Runner.
They call him the Bark Runner. But Saturday, he is taking part in the Extra Life Game Day. For those of you who are not familiar with it, basically a bunch of streamers get together and they have a 24-hour marathon of streaming, essentially. And they raise money for charity. So he's taking part in it, raising money for the sick kids here in Toronto. He's actually already raised $25, which is, some people are like, well, it's not very much. He hasn't even streamed yet. He's already raising money.
He's raised $25 because he took it out of his wallet and put it into the fund. But hey,
no, it was
that's
actually
$25.
Yeah, hey, what the hell? But that is going to be happening at 7 p.m. Our time, which is
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you, Kaz. I'm glad that you know your time zone.
Because
yes,
I fucking
Pacific Standard Time is completely the opposite, I would say.
I don't know what that central shit is. I don't know what to do with that. But you guys definitely should check it out. It's going to be on his stream channel, DarkRunner Gaming. You can find it on Twitch. You can go on all his Facebook and social media
You
stuff.
can go on his
DarkRunner.
face. It's now time for a sexy correction.
time for a sexy correction.
TJ said face.
I said Facebook.
No, you said you can go on his face. You can go on his Facebook. Okay.
But come hang out. I'm hoping that I can jump on pretty much right at 7 and hang out for the entire time too. Just kind of help him mediate the chat a bit, because why not, I guess. But it's going to be fun.
Some people might go on there and just start calling him a dick for no reason, and you got to be there to mediate people. Like, Kaz, stop calling him a dick.
Kaz, stop. Please stop. He's trying to raise money for charity, goddammit. But it's a really cool thing. So check it
he's
out.
trying to raise money for his prostitute for charity. No, I'm just joking.
So check it out.
I take that back.
November 3rd, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Check it out. It should be a lot of fun. We'll be sure to share everything up on Saturday when it's happening. Really cool if you guys come out, though, because it's going to be a great time if you can, afford to spare a couple bucks. Even every cent helps. This is a really, really cool thing, and all the money is going to sick kids here in Toronto. Like we said, that is a very, if you're not someone who's local to us, Sick Kids Toronto is an extremely busy hospital, and there's so many kids that rely on that place, and they always can use a hand. So check it out. extralife.org is the website as well. So it's extra, as in EXTRA -life.org. Check it out. He's on there, and I think there's some other stuff he's working on for it, but I'm not going to say anything, I think maybe he's working on some stuff to possibly sell or give away. I'm not really sure, though, but we'll have some more information for you on that as it goes. But I wanted to make sure I plug the crap out of that, since, we are a gaming podcast, and
Are we now? When was that decision made?
I don't know. I feel like at some point we were like, hey, we're going to start a gaming podcast. And then some days we're like, we're going to do a gaming podcast. And some days we're like, you know what? The fuck gaming podcast.
What's a game? Never heard of it.
What is a game? Never heard of it. I don't play video games. I never have in my life.
Well, what do you know about that?
But on that note, Mr. Casual Jones, what have you been playing?
Hello. I don't know. I'm not playing anything.
No.
I've been too busy.
Too busy. You have been busy.
I'm a busy guy, okay? I got lots of stuff going on.
2 weeks ago when we did the clip show, you were like sick as fuck for like a week and a half.
I was a sick fuck 2 weeks ago.
And I was literally just like, dude, like, we're taking this week off.
Well, I got sent home from work, and that never happened.
Yeah, so I knew you were that, and it was your throat too. And like, I was like, dude, like, excuse me. I was just like, nah, just take the week off. Like I said, we have the clip show, we can use it. It was just nah. I don't like making other people podcast when they're sick because I have to podcast when I'm sick and it sucks. So I'm like, nah, don't do it. It's not fun. Don't do it. But I'm glad you're feeling better because that sucked. But then also, just unfortunately last week scheduling mix-ups and change-ups and missed text messages and things of that nature. Yeah. These things happen though. But I wanted to talk about a game that I've been playing. And it's funny because I've written up this like nice little review for, well, not little review, but I've written this little review for it. And I personally am not playing this game anymore. I'm going to talk about why. Because he hates it now. I fucking hate it now because I got really stuck. Ooh. And I'm so frustrated with the goddamn game. I just can't do it anymore. I'm going to come back to it, but like I'm so stuck. I'm just like, nah, man. But I wanted to talk about it because it is a really cool game, and it is actually a great game. I do highly recommend it. It's just for me personally on my main playthrough, I kind of fucked myself over. And I'm going to talk about that. But the game that I want to discuss here today on the podcast, and I'm going to also tell Mr. Casual Jones about because I don't believe you've ever played this game or even heard of it probably. The game is called Salt and Sanctuary.
Not Salt and Pepper.
No, just Salt and Sanctuary. But I feel like Salt and Pepper might have been a slightly better title than Salt and Sanctuary.
Because then you could have a character named Salt, and then you could have had a character named Pepper, and then together they make
Salt and Pepper.
They make Salt and Pepper.
Would have been a lot better. But
it's still the bad guy could have been Vinegar.
Ooh.
See,
multiple bad guys. But basically, if you guys are familiar with the game, it's kind of a challenging, downright like hair-pullingly hard game. Kind of in the sense of it gets compared to Dark Souls a lot and kind of like that type of a game where it's like kind of a glutton for punishment type game. Mm-hmm. Everyone's like, oh, it's a 2D Dark Souls. And me personally, I don't really see it as that because it is still unique in my opinion.
Okay.
A lot of people disagree. That's fine. But in my opinion, it's super dark, which I loved about it right away. It's kind of like a hack and slash platformer RPG. It's really kind of a tricky game to categorize. I'm just saying that it's a Dark Souls clone is like it's annoying to me because I'm like it's really not. And it's made by Ska Studios, which is they're technically a indie studio.
So it's time for Hodder's
indie game of the month.
Where there are cheap $5 games, he will be there.
Actually, this was a $12 game.
Where there is a bin full of $5 Xbox 360 games, which he doesn't even own an Xbox 360.
He'll be there.
He will be there. When you need a game that's broken in half but taped back together with duct tape, he will be there. This is the Goodwill Gamer.
Let's have him do something up for that. Oh God! And this is kind of, I guess we could say this is one of the Goodwill games, I guess, because it was only $12.
He is the Salvation Army of gamers. No, the
Salvation Army of gamers.
He is those bins you see on the side of the road where there's garbage bags hanging out with kids' clothing from the 1980s.
And video games.
No video games.
I went into Value Village.
He is the Value Village.
I have to tell you this.
Video games.
I went to Value Village and I'm like looking around at stuff, looking for costumes. I promise I'm going to get back to the game. And
he promises tangent.
This is a gaming related thing. I'm standing there and I'm talking to this guy who was just up his ass catching, by the way. And I'm talking to him like, yo, like, do you guys ever like get games in here?
Do you ever want to be the very best?
That no one ever was.
And he goes, haha, very funny. And you're like, to catch them is my my real test, and everybody's looking at you, and he's just like completely
I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs.
The train is your cause. And you're just pointing at him. You will travel across the land. Get out of here.
Get out of my goddamn store.
Where's your goddamn Pikachu?
And I'm like, you guys ever get games in here? And he's just like, nah, man. I'm like, oh. Like, I was like so disappointed. And he was like, I'm going to be honest with you. No one's ever asked me that before. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, you just figure Value Village video games, you know. And I'm like, well, I figured, you know, I'm pretty thrifty when it comes to my games. But we started talking about Red Dead Redemption 2, which, by the way, for those of you who are playing it, we hope you're enjoying it. As you guys, I was talking with Brandon about this. Brandon's like, yo, you have to buy this game. Like, you have to. It's so good. Dude, buying it at full price is still such a steal. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure it is. I can't wait till it's 50% off.
I can't wait to play 102 gigs of Wild West craziness.
And when it's 50% off. And he's like, dude, like, no, like, you gotta. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm not doing it. But I said to the guy, I'm like, yo, so, like, you have never even like had any in before. And he's like, the only time we ever get them in is like, he's like, we might get like an old Xbox game once in a while, like an Xbox game, like the original one. And he's like, we might get like old PlayStation games in and stuff, but he's like, nothing like, and they never.
It's usually just NHL 99.
Just NHL 90. Shouts to NHL 99
or NHL 201 or 2. You know.
But I thought it was funny. And then we were looking at a bunch of. Like, kind of, we went like a couple thrift stores and stuff, and I was looking for video games. And then one's like, we don't have video games. I'm like, why not? So I'm gonna start a Goodwill game, video game thing. Okay, guys, so we're gonna take a quick second to give a much-needed shout out to our good friend, Mr. Jason Reese from Jaybird Digital Arts. Whether you guys need T-shirts, logos, business cards, phone manipulation, custom art, anything like that, Jason is your guy.
You've seen our logo. You've seen how awesome it is. Hit him up today by going to www.jaybirddigitalarts.com. That is JAYBIRD digitalarts.com. Go there right now.
Right now, guys. Just pause the podcast.
Jaybird Digital Arts.
Digital Arts. Back to Salt and Sanctuary. So to kind of give you guys, you know what I like to do here. I like to talk about the story. I like to talk about the characters and all that stuff. And there is a lot to talk about with this game, and I'm going to kind of try and do my best to sum it up because there is so much going on. So Salt and Sanctuary, basically, it's a gritty, kind of super dark action RPG, kind of with platforming, hack and slash, open world elements. You play as a shipwrecked adventurer who was escorting a princess. No. You were escorting a princess from your nation. There are quite a few nations to choose from, by the way, which is kind of cool. To another foreign nation to solidify peace with a marriage. Basically, you're trying to stop a war with this marriage, and the mission cannot fail. Guess what?
What?
The mission fucking failed. On the way, you are attacked by pirates and what can only be described as an unsinkable deep. After a near impossible fight, you awake shipwrecked on a strange island. Right away, the horrors of the game reveal themselves in the forms of grotesque monsters and dark beings. As you process through this brutal but rewarding game, you conquer the areas, you fight the challenging and increasingly disturbing as a hell boss fights. You can't help but kind of get this overwhelming feeling that something is really fucking wrong, more so than just, I'm shipwrecked on a strange island with monsters. It's like, nah, what the hell is going on? And that's the only thing at this point, like, I'm frustrated because I am stuck in the game right now, and I am going to get to that. But, like, when I first turned this game on, I jumped into it, and I'm like, okay, I get the premise. The premise of the story is really easy. You know, there's not much to figure out. It's like, okay, I'm this dude. You have 8 classes you can choose from, which I'm going to get into in a minute. And, you know, combat's pretty straightforward, hack and slash stuff. But there's a little more thought into it, obviously. But, like, it's just, it was super dark and gritty. And it has this awesome music that will kick in when you're kind of like doing thing where it's almost like really slow, melodic, like heavy rock, like really, really heavy stuff. And just as far as like the ambience of it and the overall feeling of the game, it's almost like unsettling because it's like you're at any given moment, like something can go horribly wrong.
And fatalities begin.
Pretty much. It's freaking frustrating. But kind of before I talk about like kind of the meat and potatoes of the game, I wanted to talk about the actual classes because there's There's 8 total different character classes you can do. Obviously, they have their own strengths and weaknesses. Pretty standard stuff in an RPG game. All classes can eventually wield all the same weapons if you build to that. But obviously, some of them are built for different things. So you have your standard knight, who's your sword and shield, medium attack, medium defense, kind of medium speed at the start.
Just kind of medium is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's just kind of medium.
Just kind of like me, how I'm kind of medium.
Yeah, kind of medium. You're not a big guy, you're not a small guy. You're
not too mild, not too hot.
You're like a good medium wing, You got a little bit of spice on you, but you're not like, it's like there's some stuff here.
I'm like a medium, I can talk to people that are dead.
You can talk to ghosts that are dead. But in the beginning, this knight character, you start off with your sword and shield, obviously. But then you can also wield your swords, your maces, axes, pole arms, which I really liked. Bows, there's guns, there's tons of stuff. And it's a really good first playthrough. If you do pick this game up, which I do highly recommend, you can have multiple playthroughs going at once. And you can do co-op offline too, which is really cool. I really want to play the game with you at some point. But it's a good place to start, for sure. But then, of course, also you have your mage, which is actually, they have a sword and a wand, which I'm going to say this right away. The magic in this game is super OP. Like, embarrassingly OP.
Is it like Fireball in Skyrim OP?
Worse.
Worse than that?
Worse. And I'll explain why. Because in the beginning, because my second playthrough that I did was as a mage. And so basically, when you're a mage and you have your wand and your sword, you can't block, obviously. Because when you're the knight, your other arm is using for blocking. Now, I built my knight character as someone who blocked. Whereas in this game, as I later found out, dodge. Roll, just like in every other game like this, Dark Souls. That's the key to these games: is roll, dodge, hit, roll, hit, roll, hit. And it's just like that. Whereas I was like, I'm not going to play like that because that's not fun to me. And then I discovered that once I upped my shield enough, I could block basically anything. So I thought. But so with the mage is super quick. And then the wand deals, in the beginning, it deals a decent amount of damage. But like as you go through the game, it's just like, oh my God, there's one boss in particular that I do have to talk about, which is a boss I got really, really fucking stuck on. And I'm kind of going to start jumping around a little bit, but the boss fights they're hard, but like they're pretty even.
They're hard, but they're not fully erect.
Yeah, they're kind of like a nice like medium.
They're like a medium.
Like nice mediums, They're not flaccid, but they're not fully erect. They're kind of in a nice Jesus Christ. But like the first person you come across is this big, like, they call him the Sodding Knight, right? And he's this big, like, Black Knight looking motherfucker with this big sword, and he's super slow, but his attacks, like, they literally destroy you in one hit, especially if you're low level. So when I came across him, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna block his attack. He hit me, and I literally went flying off the fucking, because you're on like top of a tower when you fight him. I went flying off and died, and I was like, oh, I guess not. Oh. So I kept grinding, because you can grind quite a bit in the game.
Yeah.
So it's recommended level 5 to like 7 to beat him. I was like level 15. And I still could barely beat him. Like, because the thing is really cool about this game is like you, even as the knight, like your health doesn't really go up.
Oh,
it just kind of stays the way it is. It's not a game where you can like take hits. You have to, even with the shield, like you can't take hits. And I thought that was so frustrating for so long, because I was like, at some point there's got to be some like building. And then after a while I was like, oh my God, now these bosses aren't one hitting me. Like now I can like take them. And then I ran into another boss, which I want to talk about briefly, because it's talking about the mage and how OP he is. The boss that I ran into that literally, like, I could not beat him. I was like, I literally skipped him, because there's a way you can like skip certain bosses. You can like go around them. Unfortunately, the one I'm stuck on, you fucking can. But this boss, it was called the Tree of Men.
Okay. And
basically, this level you're in, it's a really dark, fucked up level, because you are in like, basically it's a prison.
Okay.
With a lot of torturing devices and stuff. And there's all these like fucking zombie beings that are like hanging from the walls and stuff, and like it's really fucked up. So I'm like, the boss is gonna be really messed up. Like I know it is.
Yeah.
And it's basically a giant like wooden machine that's like probably like 3 or 4 stories tall with dead dudes just hanging from it. And some of them are alive and they throw shit at you, and it's all fire based.
Okay.
And while you're doing this boss fight, you have these platforms you have to jump up on top of.
Okay. Yeah.
But the problem is, 2 of the platforms at the bottom, they fall and disintegrate until they regenerate again. And then the 2 platforms above that have fucking flamethrowers that come out every 2 seconds. So you can't stay on the platforms for very long.
Okay.
And basically, no matter how you build your character, fire always hurts you quite a bit, which is a pretty standard thing. But so you have to contend with that and the level itself. You can't be on the ground for too long because he stomps his feet and throws you off the things and it kills you. And then he has his little dudes throwing shit at you. And then he also can summon fire and like hit you with his long arms and stuff. And it's just, it was such a hard boss fight, and I could not beat it. And basically, I found out there is a shield that I got that was a shield that had 100% fire blockage.
Oh, okay.
So, like, basically, if you shoot a flamethrower at you, you can just hold up your shield and it doesn't, you don't take any damage. And because I'm an idiot and sold the shield because I wasn't, because everything else I did, it was really shitty.
Yeah.
Like, its strike defense and stuff was shit. So I was like, oh, I'm not going to use this thing ever. I used it for one boss fight that was like kind of like a griffin.
Yeah, okay.
So I was like, no problem. But, I saw not griffin, a dragon. I whooped his ass. I was like, you're fine doing shit. And he was like, oh my God. God. Right. Anyway. And so I'm going against this boss and like, I can't fucking beat him. Cause like, I'm not fast. My character I built he's like a tank.
Yeah.
So like my dodging, I can't dodge. Like it's just not happening. So finally I ended up leaving that. I basically went around him and I over leveled my character about 20 or 30 levels over what I should be.
Yeah.
To fight this boss. And I go back and I barely got him. Oh. I ended up like taking off all my armor and using a great sword, which is basically what you're supposed to do in the game.
Yeah.
So I dodge, hit, I finally whipped his ass and I was like, I'm so happy. I was like, oh my God. Cause when I went around him, all the other bosses that were basically in the area I was at, because I was basically like 3 or 4 levels ahead of where I should have been. Those bosses were easy. Like I beat their asses. So I was like, once I get past this guy, it's fine. I'm good. Because I looked up some stuff on forums. Everyone's like, that's the worst boss in the game. Hardest boss in the game. Because you can't like, it's not just dodge, hit, dodge, hit. It's like, there's a lot more going on.
Right.
So I was like, no problem. Go about my way. But what's interesting about that is the mage, when you come across this boss as the mage, you can get this one spell that basically you point your wand in the air or your staff and fire rains down from the sky. This boss has I believe it's 50% weakness to fire.
Wow.
So you can stand under him, spam this spell, destroy all the dudes that are throwing fire at you, which is like his first stage. And then the other stage, he has to hit his head, which is at the very top of the level. You can just fucking stand there and go, shh. When I did it with my mage, I beat him in like 30 seconds. Dude. It was embarrassing. And I was like, okay, mage is OP, but the mage is still cool. And it is still really fun to play through as him. So, you can learn your holy magic and your staves and all that kind of shit. So that's cool. I did want to kind of finish up the characters. You've got your paladin, which is again similar to your knight. A little more heavy armor, a little bit slower attacks, and maces and hammers. Can also have holy magic. Another great starter character. It's disgusting how much damage you can do in the beginning with them. Because you can just walk up to guys with your mace and just be like, bam, and you hit them and their head goes flying. It's like, oh shit. It's a really violent game. You have your thief, obviously, as well, who is, it's interesting because you have your daggers and a shield still. Super fast, aggressive, can't take a lot of damage, obviously, but you don't get hit because you dodge everything. And obviously, it has, you can obviously use your bows as well, which is really cool. And then we get to some kind of more interesting characters. One is you can be a chef. Ooh. Which I saw that and I was like, who the fuck would want to be a chef? But then I discovered that it doesn't necessarily mean that like the whole game you're useless. It means basically you start off with everything at like level. Your strength, your magic, everything's level. Whereas with the other characters, their stats are different. The chef, everything's level. But you start off with nothing but cookware and a frying pan as your weapon. So, yeah. Try beating any enemies with a fucking frying pan. It doesn't work. Then obviously you have your cleric who is, your healer. But they also wield a mace and a shield. Starts off with good equipment and buffs, which a lot of the classes don't. Obviously, you can have your holy magic, which can do a lot of damage to certain classes and certain enemies. You have your Pauper, which is basically Pauper, yeah, which is basically you're like someone who like worked on the fucking ship. You're just like some random dude.
Okay.
So same thing as the chef, but you're equipped a lot better because you at least have an axe and a shield, so you can kind of like you're like get off my ship, Whereas the chef's like, oh no, I can't defeat this guy.
Here, have some spaghetti.
Have a spaghetti, and you're like fucking. Oh my god! Because I did a quick playthrough as a chef just to see how it would go. Like I played a couple hours, and I was like, this is horrible. What he's playing as this dude is at least a lot better because you start off with a decent axe. You have a pitchfork and then a shield.
Well, I'm definitely playing the chef.
Yeah, the chef is like, oh no, I can't defeat the spaghetti.
Take this ladle to the face. Whoopsh, whoopsh, whoopsh.
But like, it's just cool because doing the one character, like because it is such a challenge to start off with them, it's kind of fun. Then you also have the last class, which is, in my opinion, kind of one of the most interesting classes, and that is the Hunter.
I thought you were going to say the Mexican. I was going
The
to be like,
Mexican.
finally.
Oh my god,
done
finally the Mexican. You can make your guy look Mexican.
The luchador.
The luchador. Well, what's interesting about this class is they have a whip and a crossbow.
And a mask. And a wrestling outfit.
And they're basically a luchador. But like...
They're guacamole.
Basically. But like, you walk in as this character and like, it's so fucking like... Because you have your whip that, it's not very fast. Doesn't do a lot of damage.
Watch me whip.
No, watch me crossbow.
No.
Watch me whip. Watch me crossbow. And like your crossbow takes a second to reload. It's like they're a really hard class to be. And I watched a couple of playthroughs of people playing as the Hunter, and like it's fucking challenging. So I'm like, I don't know why you want to do that. But those are some of the characters. But what's cool about kind of the combat from the game, like I've mentioned a bunch already, like basic hack and slash stuff. But the thing about this game, like with most games, kind of like the Dark Souls, and that is dying is harsh. Like when you die, basically the whole game, the reason why they call it Salt and Sanctuary, there's a lot of like biblical references and stuff, and religion references and things of that nature. But you collect salt in the game. Kind of like in Dark Souls, you collect souls. This game, you collect salt. So you collect your salt. It's how you level up. It's your currency. It's everything.
It's what you eat your French fries with.
Yeah. You need your salt, And every time you die, you lose it. And you can come back and reclaim it. But if you die again, you're fucked. So let's say you have 10,000 salt, which is a good amount of salt. And you're like, oh, I got to get to this sanctuary, which is where you go to like level up and heal and stuff. And it's also where you save. So let's say I beat a boss and I saved right before the boss. To get to the next sanctuary, I have to play through like probably about a quarter of the next level. So I play through. I can see the sanctuary. I'm like running towards, and all of a sudden I fall and die. I got to restart. Go back. Let's say I die again. There goes that 10,000 salt. Done. Gone. Poof. And it's so harsh because I'm not one who enjoys games like that usually. And it is frustrating because it's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, because you can die so stupid in this game. You'll be going through and then, like you have your healing potions and that, but like, because there are certain enemies that like, okay, like the one level I'm in right now, the one I'm stuck on, to get to the boss fight, which is, from what I can gather, is actually it's the hardest boss in the game.
Okay.
To get to him, all the other bosses, basically you save, you walk maybe 30 seconds, and the boss is right there. This guy, you have to go through basically the entire fucking level to get to him. And to get through him, there's these enemies. I can't remember the name of them, but basically they're skeleton warriors.
Okay.
And they basically can teleport behind you. And you can go to hit them, and they'll teleport again behind you again.
Wow. And
they will continue to do this until you can basically spam attacks on them. And sometimes I have a hard time with them. Sometimes I don't. Just depends on what kind of fucking mood they're in. So you got to go through like a bunch of these guys. You got to go through this demon thing that like screams at you and can kill you in one hit. Because it has dark magic. And like getting to this fucking boss, it's so challenging. And the game, the combat is really rewarding. And it's super like satisfying because at the end of the day, like it's just you can kind of sort of button mash a little bit if you want, but it's not recommended to do that. Like now,
I wouldn't recommend the mashing on this.
no,
one.
like now, if I can go back and restart my main file, I would build my guy up to be someone who dodged more because it's like it's fucking embarrassing. But like this level I'm on, I go to this boss and I knew it was going to be a hard boss fight because I could just tell by the level, and I was like, okay, this is going to be hard. And I go in, and I'm ready to go. I just kicked the tree of men's ass. Like, I'm going to whip this guy's ass, no problem. I beat the bosses ahead of him. Like, I whipped their asses like nothing. I walk in, and this boss is called the Disemboweled Husk. And
hey, that's my nickname.
The Disemboweled Husk.
Hey, how did you... Wait.
Is this character based off me?
Wait a minute. How did you get this name? Never call here again.
And basically,
Click.
what it is, it's a big pirate captain
Oh, okay.
that he has been disemboweled, and there's this little puppet inside of him controlling him. And I look at him, and I'm like, well, that's pretty fucked up. And I'm like, he's a pirate. How hard can he be? So this motherfucker has 5 attacks that he does. He is not weak against pretty much anything.
Well, that's good.
Right?
He'd be a great Pokemon.
Right? But he has 5 attacks that he does. One attack is your basic slash, nothing serious. I can block that and do no damage.
Yeah, whatever.
He has one where if you're behind him, he'll quickly turn around and hit you. Like, you can't block it.
Yeah, but you
dodge
deserve that. You got behind it. You're trying to
being
butt rape a
stupid.
pirate.
Yeah.
That's got a puppet.
He's like, "Arr,
You're
don't
trying to
touch
butt
my
rape
butt."
a pirate that doesn't have a butt to rape because he's been disemboweled.
Yeah, literally. The puppet's like, oh my God, help me. And then he has this jumping attack that does a lot of fucking damage. But again, I can block it. No problem, right?
No problem. It's just jumping.
Just fucking kidding. Because this asshole has this attack because he has a gun.
Right.
So he'll point the gun up and shoot, and then fire will basically rain down from the sky all around him. So you have to get out of the way.
That's not realistic.
But what the kicker is, all that, whatever, I'd be able to kick his ass, no problem. The problem is this. He has this attack, which in my opinion, it's super unnecessary for this attack.
It's so unnecessary.
It's just unfucking, because he's challenging enough for where he's at in the game. He was like the last boss, I understand.
Yeah.
But for where he's at, it's just fucking stupid. And here's his attack, where he just points his gun at you, and he shoots. No big deal. Does a lot of damage. It's a fire attack.
Whatever. You're just being shot at by a ghost pirate.
And then the split second after he does it, he goes, "Brah, brah," and he shoots again.
Oh, buddy.
No big deal, right?
Yeah.
Just fucking kidding. Because no matter what you fucking do,
You can't block the second shot.
you can't block the shots at all.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
they still take away half your fucking life.
Wow. Is that like his last attack that he unleashes
No,
on
it's
you?
just he'll do it whenever he feels like it.
So you kind of just gotta get lucky and...
And the thing is, it's all timing. The problem is with my build, and the reason why I'm stuck on this, I could pretty much whip this guy's ass, no problem. But, so those shots, you have to dodge them. So basically you have to hit
Well, you can't whip his ass, as we just discussed. He doesn't have a
He doesn't
bowel.
actually have an ass.
So no, he still has an ass. He has ass cheeks.
He has
He
ass
just doesn't have a
cheeks.
bowel.
Yeah, there's no bowel in
He's
there.
been disemboweled. You're like, damn it, Kaz.
Okay. But so what you're supposed to do, because I've talked to people about this, what you are supposed to do is when he fires off his first shot, you dodge, like you hit the dodge button to dodge the first one, and then basically you have to hit it immediately right after you hit it.
So it's all
you
timing.
dodge twice. It's all timing. Here's the problem.
I have bad timing on everything.
It has nothing to do with that.
Oh, okay.
It's the way I've
But
built
we're not
my
denying
guy.
that you have bad timing on everything, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can neither confirm or deny the presence of bad timing.
Hodder has shown good faith by coming here today. And will not
We played the fifth. We played the fifth.
The problem is there's this thing in the game called drop rate. And depending on how you've built your character and the equipment you have, it's basically how fast you are, how quickly you fall, and how quickly you can dodge. Even
You
when
can't dodge for shit.
even if I take all my character's shit off, he can't dodge quick enough to dodge both those attacks. So no matter what I do, one of those attacks is going to hit me. There's just nothing I can fucking do. And because I got rid of that fucking shield that does the 100% fire protection, because I'm an idiot, I can't get it back either. If I had that shield, bro, every time he pulls his gun, I just hold my fucking shield up. Bang, bang, fuck you. And I literally would have, I would have wiped the floor with him. It would have been like the easiest boss fight.
Wow.
But because of the way I've built my character, I'm like 50 hours into this goddamn game. because of the way I've built my character, I am convinced I cannot beat him. Because I will get really close. But because my guy is not built for dodging, I can't dodge that shooting attack. I can't do it. And because it's fire, even if only one hits me and I immediately drink a potion, because if he hits you with one and then like right afterwards he's gonna slash really quick. So if you get hit with that, you have fire damage that's taking away your life, and then he hits you. You're fucked. Like you just don't have the time. You don't have enough time to block it. So it's basically I'm screwed right now because of how I have built my character. And I mean that's on me. I guess I should have done more research. I don't know, but like I'm convinced at some point I'm going to beat him. But it's just like I came really close the other night. I was like freaking out. I was so close, and then he did this stupid jumping attack, and I blocked it, and he kind of went back a little bit. And I was like, yeah, fuck you. And I had one hit left, bro. One hit. So I'm like, fuck it. I ran at him. I held up my sword to hit him. He had his back turned to me. Oh. So the second I went out to him, fucking one shot. It's all it took to kill me. And then you die, and like my head got cut off. And I was like, motherfucker! I was so mad. Oh my god. I was getting violent. A game hasn't made me this mad in so long. And
see, this is why I don't play these games.
Yeah.
They frustrate me way too much. That's why I'm like, oh, should I get Dark Souls? I'm like, if you buy Dark Souls, all you're gonna do is play it. You're gonna get to a hard boss, and you're gonna just throw your Switch out the window,
dude.
Because that's all I do.
Yeah.
That's why I don't play these games anymore. Not because I don't enjoy them, but it's just like, oh my gosh, like when there's a game that's like really, really got like a difficulty level, and it's just like, oh yeah, and it's frustrating, and you have to grind for hours, and even then you still have to like dodge and time everything right. I'm just like, oh, I don't have the time to do it.
Yeah, it's just like for me, I wish I didn't get so invested in it, because like I am running into that now, because like content wise, like it can be a really quick game.
Yeah,
there are people who beat this game in like 3-4 hours.
But
then for me, I'm like 50 hours in and I'm not even halfway through the goddamn game. So it just depends on how you play, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you know, it's super immersive. It's super intense. You know, I don't know why I'm exaggerating saying 50 hours. I'm maybe like 15, 20 hours in at this point.
You're maybe 1 hour in.
I'm maybe an hour into the fucking game. I don't know why I exaggerate all the time. But considering the price I paid for it, which is something I always like to talk about on the podcast, you know, $12.99 was what I paid for it. It wasn't even on sale. It's just how much it is now.
Wow, that's expensive for you, TJ.
Right? It's under my $20 mark. We're okay. But for $12.99, like I'm super happy with it. And I mean, control wise, it is very slick. Graphics wise, it's a beautiful dark 2D game, really gritty, really gory. Honestly, there's like just some like really fucked up scenery too. Like if you're into stuff that is, you know, it's a challenging game, but it's still
BDSM,
fun.
then
oh, you're gonna have some fun with this if you're into that shit too. But it's a really challenging game, but it is fun. I'm hoping I can eventually beat the disemboweled husk. I've gotten some pointers from some people that I'm going to give a shout out to in our shout out section. But I'm just kind of screwed. But that way, don't let that turn you guys off on this game, because it's super awesome as far as, you know, replayability, and because you can have your different classes and your builds, you can probably play through this game at least 8 times, I would say. So for $12.99, it is super well worth it. And this game gets my official seal of approval.
dude.
Approval.
TJ's just like,
hey, approval. How are you? Are you good? That's good, buddy. You guys, you can't hear him, but I hear him. He's there.
oh my god.
I don't even care, because people are like, wow, that was really lame that you made that a thing.
That was a terrible pun.
I don't think so. I think it was the best thing we've ever come up with. I think it's the best thing you've ever said on this podcast.
Everybody else I've said it to, they just go, really? I'm like, you know what? Goddamn millennials. But Kaz, you're a millennial.
Fucking millennials, man.
Fuck you. I'm not a millennial. I'm a centennial.
Centennial.
Yeah, I'm 100, not 1,000.
LOL. But yeah, that's Salt Sanctuary, kind of in a nutshell. Long, drawn out, tangent-filled nutshell. But it is a great game, and I mean, I'm hoping we can, we can play some co-op on it, because I think it's a game we really have fun with.
Yeah.
We could stream it because it's one of those games where it's just like, motherfucker, why would you do that? You're supposed to bring back. Fuck you, you stupid.
Kaz, what are you doing? Get down here, Kaz. Kaz, no, you're leaving me here to die, Kaz. I got this on my own, Hodder. I got this on my own. No, you don't. Get back here. Sorry, buddy. Gotta go.
Right, and then there's some fucking enemies where like the one enemy. I gotta tell you about. He's in the area. It's called the Red Hall of Cages or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Which is where I got stuck on the Tree of Men. There's this enemy that's called a Red Lord, and basically, it's this big dude with this like kind of scythe, half moon scythe thing. And he just kind of walks around and he's just chilling, you know. And then you get in his way and he's like, "Oh fuck, all right." He kind of swings his shit at you, and I'm like, "Oh, this guy's a pushover." And I start fighting him, and I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute, this guy's literally whipping my ass," and like I'm not
I'm the
doing any damage to him.
pushover. Oh God, how embarrassing.
And so I try to like get out of the way, but I keep going to jump up on this platform, like I'm not like grabbing it for whatever reason. I'm like, I got that shit. Then he comes up behind me and kills me, and I'm like, no, god damn it. So I think it'd be really funny to do a co-op on that game. I think we'd have a lot of fun with it. So we should definitely do some co-op in it. I think that would be fun ski. Ready, fun ski. Mm-hmm. But I do believe it has now come to the time of the podcast where we do some shoutouts.
Shoutouts initiating.
So obviously, with the fact that we kind of celebrated our 1 year of the show, I want to make sure to give a big shout out to all of our podcast friends, our podcast confidants. Of course, I want to give a big shout out to our boy Josh over at the Still Loading podcast. Josh has been a great supporter of ours and a great friend. You know, he always supports us, always has some wonderful things to say.
Still loading. We're waiting.
We're still waiting for your fucking podcast to load, Josh. God damn it. Damn it, Josh.
Don't tell me it's my internet.
It's not, goddammit. I don't care. But, you know, he's always been a great supporter of ours. We seriously appreciate it, my man. Of course, I want to give a shout out to the Drinks with Larry show for all their support. Also, shout out to Stephanie from Drinks with Larry, who apparently is a huge fan of ours. So, you know, shout out to her. Appreciate it. And the rest of you guys who aren't fans of us, I guess, screw you. I don't know. No. But want to thank you guys for all the support. You know, it's always appreciated. All the retweets and all that. And Larry always has kind things to say about us and everything, so we do appreciate it. Of course, I want to give a shout out to the No Geeks Allowed podcast. I kind of wore the label, kind of sort of just died randomly. I'm not really sure what happened there, but we were having the war, and then it was like kind of a bit of a stalemate happened, and we're just kind of going to move on from it, I think. But either way, we want to give a big shout out to those guys. You know, they're always supportive of us, and they have a great podcast. So thank you guys very much. We always seriously appreciate it. You know, to everyone who supported us from day one and who continues to support us, thank you very much. You know, we do this show for fun, and we like to have a good time and be goofballs and everything, and that's what we like to do. And sometimes talk about gaming, and sometimes we fucking don't. It is what it is. Sometimes we go on lots of tangents, sometimes we don't. It just depends on how we feel. But we do seriously appreciate it. And also, I want to give a big shout out to the Amazing Nerd Show, you know, for being always amazing and supportive of us. And also, I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Dylan Hunter, who, you know, has been a great fan of ours pretty much from day one once he found the show. And just appreciate my man. So thank you very much. As well as we want to give a big shout out to Mr. Brandon Bowden, who is, you know, he's the third guy for Two Guys in the Game. You know, without him, this show would not have started. He was actually the reason that we got the name of the show. And, you know, if you guys read the post I put up last week, you know kind of the basic story of how the show started and everything. Yep. And, you know, if you've been listening from day one, you kind of know. Without him, the show would not have taken off. Without him, the show would not be what it is today, which I feel where we're at is a good spot. And, you know, with our little segments and all that stuff. And even though he's no longer doing the production for the show full time, you know, he is still a huge part of it. So, Brandon, my man, thank you very much. You know, we love you. And I think that's pretty much everybody. But I do want to give a special shout out to Mr. Dawson and Dave from the Facebook, who were giving me some tips, and kind of I was talking with them and stuff about Salt and Sanctuary, as well as some other gaming stuff. So thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. And any shouts you want to give, Kaz? Anything at all today? You want to give a shout out? No, nothing?
No, not really.
Not really. Okay, cool.
I mean, I guess shout outs to Prince, who is king.
Yes. Oh yeah, duh. Of course, the Prince that is king. How the hell could I forget him? For being a great guest and a great listener.
Yeah. He's been a supporter of us for a long time.
Yeah. And of course, as well, shout outs to DarkRunner as well for being a supporter and coming on the show. Shout out to Sam Hudson for shitting all over us all the time. And you know, I love you, buddy. And yeah. Shout outs to Buddy. To Buddy.
To my buddy.
To Buddy. Shout outs. And of course, as well, shout outs to the Dur. What?
The
Dur? What? Durber.
I don't play online poker that much.
I've never played poker in my life. What?
You can't prove it mathematically, man.
You can't prove it mathematically.
What?
Oh, goddamn. Goddamn. But either way, guys, thank you very much. No matter what happens with the show or anything like that, we appreciate all the support and all that fun stuff. And we...
Except for when you give us too much support. Then we
no. Too much support is not appreciated. Too much support. What is too much support? Like a really bad lumbar pillow? Like what? Like what the fuck is that?
Too much support. When your income is not your income, but it's two other people's income, that's too much support.
God damn.
God damn.
That's too much support. I don't like that much support. Anyway, everybody, I have been Hodder.
I have been Kaz.
And we'll catch you next time on Two Guys and a Kid. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Say the line, damn it.
No, I'm not saying it this time. You can't make me.